You're now a proud owner of one of Diamond Dave's and Ninja Teaching Flex. I need that to see the sign there. Then. Come on in here, Ninja. Here's my Ninja at Diamond Dave's Ninja School. Come on down. What we're going to teach you, what we're going to teach you in our first episode is a proper stance and a proper kung fu. And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop. Now, what smart thing to do is like when you use a judo chopping, you gotta say it, for you beginners, like a Judy chop. Because what you don't want to do is like be a Judy chopping and a kung fu kicking, and there goes your leg. There ain't much home for a one-legged ninja out there.
Company that is.
Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. As always, I'm your host, the Hangstful Vapor. To my left is the lovely talented food buck, and right down there below me is the master of blasters, the void of warranties, Mass Blast 09.
Welcome. Keep it going.
Welcome.
Oh, I forgot my canned beverage. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll wait for you.
Yes. No. Maybe.
So, somebody that I'm not super tight
Just say the fucking name. Just kidding.
It's just somebody I'm like acquaintances with. We'll put it that way. I was sitting at a table and my background popped up on my phone. He's like, "The hell is that?"
That was not my background for very long. To be honest.
Well, see, me and a couple buddies, we're superheroes.
I don't know. My niece and nephew at my brother's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of been my background since.
Mine's just a bunch of swirly shit.
Swirly shit.
Oh, right.
I learned to not have anything obscene on there because kids and stuff.
Good.
Polar.
Polar.
Grapefruit. This is it, right? This is numero uno for me.
Oh. So did you have to go into the whole explaining on? No. Okay.
Nah. I was just like, me and some buddies, we did this thing, and we got a guy to do some art. We just did some art. It was good stuff. No, he's definitely not a vapor. I think I told the story a while back. Like some newer friends that I've been hanging out with at church, the topic of vaping came up a while back, and because the guy,
like this guy here, he's YouTube famous for vaping.
the guy was like, he found what was a jewel. He didn't know what it was called, but he found it like under his chair or something, right? And he's got that couple's got little ones, like a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old kind of thing. Ooh. And he found it under his chair, and he thinks it was like, I think he said that he had like a maid come through and like give a spring cleaning kind of thing at his house, and which he normally doesn't ever do, but he just assumes that that's who dropped it, and so he found him. He's like, I think you smoke weed out of these things, right? And I was like,
of course, first thing.
No.
You smoke weed out of these things?
I mean, you can. That's what it's like,
To be fair,
you can.
The first vaping that was going on was weed vaping.
Sure.
Yeah. Kind of where we got our tech from.
Well, yeah, and tea bags and everything else you could put in there.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, not really. I gave him, the lowdown. It's just a little nick, and it's it's good that you picked it up because you don't want your kids finding it and whatever. I said, but most guys that are into the hobbyist side use these little things, and he's like, "What the hell is that?" Like, That's a squonker. You don't care.
Let me tell
you
you
should have been
about
like,
let me tell you something about Serbians.
you should have just been like, I can fit a whole weed in here.
Just one weed.
The
Yeah.
little one,
Yeah.
you can only fit a tenth of a weed. It's the whole weed. Like, you just cut it
Yeah.
and you
Cram
stuff it in there.
Yeah. Got like a mortar
Like,
and pestle, maybe.
If we had these things,
Grind
you
it up.
should have been like, that belonged to Willie Nelson.
Dude, you know Willie? Why is his
God.
gear in your house? Quad, why are you doing that? He said, bike update. I have rebuilt the.
Okay.
You're killing us over here. I'm curious what you built.
You know that Obama GIF that I love where he's like,
Yeah.
which is, I think, the single greatest Obama GIF, which
It probably is. Oh, boy.
So, since we're speaking of vaping
Yeah.
in this show,
Okay.
did you guys cover the video that showed Maryland police officers
Arresting
beating
Sean
up
Thomas?
beating up and tasing a teenager for vaping?
No.
Yeah.
wait. Was he vaping Nana Kareem?
I know, but maybe
It was like justified.
it was
I have to ask.
it was in Ocean City.
Yeah.
And deeply disturbing video. The person was charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, a bunch of other stuff. But people started recording because of the tasing.
Yeah.
And then the cop is like, he gets a running start, knee right to the side, and another running start, knee to the side. And then another one just comes running and does a flying knee right into the things. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What the fuck?
What? Oh shit! What show was that? Was that Arrested Development where they always like one of their running gags is like a cluster of cops like beating on somebody on the ground, and then and there's always like one guy that comes running up and just whack, just smacks them on top of the
So
What was
so
I've seen that a few times in Family Guy.
yeah, there's family, but I think it started somewhere else. I feel like it was Arrested Development that started that. Maybe it was.
So I'll share my screen real quick and I'll show you the video.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Do
All
it.
right. So because I got it right on the can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you just quick feedback. So the guy was vaping, and he comes up, and they're like, "Put your hands up." Puts his hands up, and then they just drop him with the taser. All right, here we go.
Dude.
It was because of that goddamn Death Row Records shirt.
So, on most of these things, and I do not want to turn this into a political thing. I do not. But at the same time, I would like to discuss it a little bit because that guy looked like he was just standing there.
He was walking, I think, vaping, and then he they told him to stop vaping, and then they said take your backpack off, and he went to go take his backpack off, and then got blasted. So.
Yeah, but normally when you're gonna draw down on somebody and taser,
Yeah,
like you better be like reaching for something or like charging somebody or something, right?
So here is the other video of the flying knees. I'm just gonna turn the sound down because it gets a little crazy, but
Okay.
it's one knee, two knee.
Attitude-ing?
It's gonna.
Or
There you go. One knee.
Oh yeah, he
You're
gets the
gonna
whole
see-
body into it,
you're gonna
doesn't he?
see another knee, and the guy's on
Holy
handcuffs
crap.
already. Yeah,
It looks like it was into his back though.
yeah.
that's a knee, no less.
So, anyways, then it just gets crazy. But the dude vaping, like, that was, damn, dude, like, that's one of those damn boy.
Damn boy.
He's like, all right, take the backpack. Whoop, gets dropped, like right in the belly too.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, and they
Yeah.
waited for him to drop his arm to like start taking off his bag before they fucking tased him. That was
I
like
know.
extra dirty.
I know he's lucky he didn't hit that pole.
For sure.
Anyways, there you go. So that happened. that happened. Okay, did I
A
stop
nice
sharing?
civil lawsuit with the Ocean City, Maryland.
So this
Yeah.
was June 15th. And it was actually, it was this weekend, and it said, basically 4 teenagers from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania were picked up Saturday night and charged with various offenses, including disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. And then the basically they're saying local codes ban vaping and smoking while there. And a group of teens complied with officers' original commands to stop vaping. Then, as they walked away, at least one in the group started vaping again, which leading to another confrontation, according to the town state.
Kill them.
Then a large crowd of people began to form around the officers, and then now you got what you saw in the video. So,
Yeah. So I mean, I understand.
It
So
was
Fessy
a
said.
goddamn DNA 250.
yeah.
So Fessy said important part is a teenager with an attitude. So I haven't heard the audio yet at all.
Sure,
But,
yeah.
But first of all, this is how you get out of bad interactions with police.
Yeah.
You listen to the police, and if they tell you to stop doing something, you stop doing something, and you're okay. Most of the cops don't want to deal with any of that kind of shit.
Don't be vaping no 22 amp on the go.
So here's what I think happened. Okay, ready? Listen to the guy's name who got tased. He was 18-year-old, first name Taser Griffin.
What?
Spelled Taizier Griffin. I mean, maybe someone said taser.
He's like, what?
Put it down. Also, police refer to their taser as a CEW, conducted electrical weapon. We don't call them tasers anymore. That's bad. CEW, conducted electrical weapon.
Also, Ocean City cops are fucking dicks. Because Ocean City, for those of you who don't know, it's a big summer spot. Like a lot of people from here, like I think one of my bosses, I think, actually has a house down there.
Yeah.
So it's a nice area.
Okay.
So
yeah,
take that into consideration. So yeah, a lot of touristy shit going on there.
It looked like a lot of tourists with that like boardwalk looking thing that you get there.
It's
how many shops?
It's a less trashy Atlantic City.
Yeah. How many shops, like percentage wise, in that strip sell airbrush T-shirts? Half.
Enough.
That's half.
Like I said, it's like a less trashy Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have any gambling in Ocean City, Maryland, but
probably not.
It's a good time.
CEW. That's a lot harder to say than taser.
Yeah, I guess.
With the audio in that, did they shout that 3 times? Did they say CEW, CEW, CEW?
I don't know, because that can sound like ECW.
Drop the vape Rambo. Put the vape down. I'm trying to lock it. I have to click it 5 times. You're messing with my count. See, I only clicked it 3 times.
Some of the comments on ECR on this thread, though, are great. Like someone says, I now wear a 1080p pen-sized body camera with about 4 hours of recording time for this reason. The police use body cameras these days to protect themselves, not the public. If you live in a one-party consent state, I highly recommend everyone wear one at this point. I mean, you might as well be wearing the fucking big-ass GoPro helmet thing, dude. Doohickey.
I would rather wear glasses that are recording, okay? I have some style.
These dudes that are Second Amendment testers or whatever the hell they'll call them, they love down here to, in Florida, if you are on your way to go hunting or fishing, you can open carry.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll just call them people because they have every right to do this. We'll strap on the ARs and have the vest with the magazines and, hole up and carry and walk down the boardwalk to the beach to go fishing off to the beach, which you can 100% do.
Yes.
The law. And in addition to that, they also wear, which is probably good for their protection, but they also wear like the gigantic GoPros
Sure.
on the vest, on the hat, on each side. So
Yeah.
that makes for interesting video for sure.
That's so as a firearm enthusiast and a Texan, of course, I do, like you, appreciate the ability and the rights that we are afforded.
Yes.
Under God, inalienable rights that we have to be armed. But to me, even to me, there's maybe some lines.
Sure.
Maybe some maybe not legal lines.
No
Maybe
step
some
on
taste
snack.
lines.
No
Maybe
step
some
on
judgment
snack.
lines.
No step on. They actually had a no step on snake flag.
I know,
they
it was
did.
great. No
It
step
was
on
a
snack.
legit. It wasn't a no step on snake. It was a no step on snake.
Snack,
yeah.
With the red
Step on snake.
red little tongue. Yeah, flag. But hey, now one thing that I do like is when they do that is more and more of the public starts seeing it, and a lot of people start knowing, yes, you can open carry.
Mm-hmm.
When you go, and it's even instructing police officers, because the police officers that pulled them over, the first two that got there, they were about to throw down.
Yeah.
And then supervisor came in, and supervisor was like, nope, they have every right to be doing this. We don't need to see their IDs. They're going fishing, whatever.
Right.
So
I'm
just
fishing,
like
going
the
fishing
whole-
with my AR.
the whole thing though, I'm just honestly, when I watch it, I'm like, bro, I don't want to bring my AR anywhere near the fucking sand and the salt water.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely
I don't want to bring any of my guns near that shit.
Right.
Even if you go like offshore fishing, they have a fucking nickel plated Remington 870 for a reason.
Right.
If you want to take the bitch out on a boat,
Right.
but I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with the
Clean up.
salt water and clean up and everything. And you're not even using the gun. You
Right.
still got to clean it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me too. I mean, if you're going fishing, especially if you're going down in the Everglades, you're going somewhere that's swampy, take yourself a sidearm. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
not a rifle.
No, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you and if you're taking a sidearm, take something that will fucking blow the head off of a fucking snake or something.
Yeah. Get yourself a judge.
No step on snack. Only shoot.
Only shoot the snake.
Only shoot snack.
Hey, freaking Python season is opening up here.
Oh, I know.
Wait, there's a
Fucking-
Python season? I thought it was
Yeah.
open. I thought it was open
that was
season.
Pythons.
Well, no, this one is for prizes. So not so much season, but
For
like
what?
prizes. So whoever
mm.
gets the biggest one, like, they're saying like if you tag them and all that other stuff, they're gonna be looking for like biggest, most weight, all that other stuff.
That's
Those things are so bad, man.
crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
Well,
the
they
amount of
just
snakes.
keep getting fucking fed because
Yeah.
all these dumbass people down there have these little ass yippy yap dogs or cats that
Yeah.
they just leave. That snake come out and fucking yap it. All these people are like, oh wow, look at that 30-foot gator. Yeah, that son of a bitch been eating good. Like, how do you think he's what the fuck?
It's not growing on sunshine.
I know. Like, that dude is eating good. I mean, shit. They even have him eating at Disney. That poor kid that got freaking
man.
eaten over there.
At least you still get big gators, like lobsters. You don't find like big lobsters anymore. Like
Dude.
old ones anyway.
No. Lobster season, mini season's coming up, and then the full lobster season. It's ridiculous. Like down in the Keys, I was just down there last week. The fucking crates are set up like 2 stories high, about a quarter of a mile down, because it's absolutely crazy because when it's off season
Mhm.
and you cannot touch them, and I got friends that go, diving and all that stuff. They're like, they are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Every little hole that you look, even by the docks down below, they're just everywhere. So there's plenty.
So they don't have so down the Keys, is that close enough to the Gulf to where they're not the rock lobsters or whatever you get up in the Northeast? They're the spinies, right? The ones without the claws and stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
Rock lobster.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I forgot the name of it because the spiny lobsters are the ones without the big claws in the Gulf. What are the
Yeah.
ones that like the Maine lobster style with the big pinchers? What are those called?
I don't know what the name of those are. But yeah, the Florida ones are the spiny ones. I'm trying to find a picture. Just, well, I mean, aren't they called rock lobsters? I'm not sure.
You see what Bestie just said?
What do you say?
He said, best Florida story ever. A town sold its water tower by mistake. The buyer was nice enough to let him have it back. That's really funny.
Idiots. Okay, so yes, it is the ones with the claws are rock Florida lobsters.
Okay.
But the ones that are, even in the Keys are just the straight up, I guess regular lobster. So the ones that are all tiny legs and spiny.
Yeah, the spiny ones. I think that's what they're called, right? Spiny lobster.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so anyways, so there is so many fucking lobsters down there.
Yeah.
And that's the worst, because when it's not in season, you see them all over and you cannot touch them.
No
That's just like the
touches.
fucking tarpon. Holy fuck. So we went to Bass Pro's Wide Worlds of Sports down there, and I got some pictures. I don't have them on my computer, but right on the dock, the guys who run the fishing tours and stuff, they were in because it was bad weather. It was super windy. And so we were walking out on the dock, and I see good sized tarpon all swimming around down there. I mean, a bunch, beautiful fish. And then a manatee rolls up.
Oh.
And a manatee's just floating, right? So we all know this is an adult sized manatee, how big these
Do they have
things
those
can
up
get.
where you are normally? That's
Oh,
too
yeah.
far north, isn't it?
Me? No, they are all over up here.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that right? I
love
thought they were
it.
primarily down south.
No, yeah, they're all up here, and they will come into the canals when it gets cold.
Right.
So, and all offshore, right here on the river and off the power plant, like they love that area there.
Oh, but power plant, I would guess so, right? It'd be nice and warm for them.
Nice and warm, yeah. So a manatee rolls up, well, to best describe the size of this fucking tarpon, it was probably half the size of the manatee. It is the biggest fucking tarpon I've ever seen. I'm like, fuck. And and then saw a few nurse sharks and a few other fish. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Water was beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure. I've never been down to the Keys. My sister's been a couple of times, and she really likes it down there.
Yeah,
I haven't been down to that far south.
So those lobsters are called spiny lobsters.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep.
So I don't remember if I mentioned this, but when you talked about going to the Keys, that's one of the things I think about when I think the Keys. I think about those big ass tarpon that they got down there, and I've never caught one before. As much as I've caught many.
They
fishes,
are.
But I've never
they
caught
are
tarpon.
very smart.
And hard mouths,
picky.
right?
Yes.
And
so the house that we stayed at had a dock out back, so it was nice. Drive it up, bring the boat up, and we're sitting back there, and sure enough, whoop, you see a fucking tarpon roll. If you've seen tarpon roll, you know what it looks like. They're coming up for air, and they roll and they go back. So this dude was messing with us, man, and he was pretty big. Not anywhere near the size of those other ones, but good size. And my buddy was telling me that, a few years ago, they saw one for 3 days straight, and they put a fish out, and it wasn't until like that last day at like 8:00 at night, yanked on the fish, because that thing is just sitting around just eating,
cruising.
In these canals, and they're pretty smart. So definitely a challenging fish to get.
I was watching. God, what was that guy's name? I used to watch his channel all the time. Rowan Martin's kid, Scott Martin. He's got a YouTube channel. He does fishing and stuff all down in Florida, all over the place. And I saw one that they were doing, and they had 2 or 3 of these guys that were on the YouTube thing. They were all posted in under a bridge that was an inlet. And so, there was a certain time of day, whatever, you see that just herds of tarpon coming through.
Yeah.
And so they were all down there fishing them. And when they would pop one, though, they had to haul them in. And they're obviously big, strong fish anyway, right?
Yes.
And hard to hook. But they were having to haul it and just fight the bejesus out of these things because there were hammerhead sharks everywhere, apparently.
Yeah.
And as soon as the sharpen get hit, they start freaking out, and the sharks go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
so we had so we were going in between the Atlantic and the Gulf because the Atlantic was pretty shitty, and on the Gulf, we had to go out a freaking like 10 miles to even get, in like 10 to 12 foot of water. Like, I mean,
that right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous down
Damn.
there. It's like 8 feet everywhere for a long time. So we got some fish on that side, and they were right at the limit, and we didn't want to, FWC doesn't play down there. So, and I was joking around with the guys. I'm like, hey, I'm too close to Cuba here. I don't want to, get confused and get dropped back off, and so anyways, we didn't keep any of the fish. And so we went back on the other side and caught some really nice red groupers, and the fish that I brought back was a good sized porgy and a few other things, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it was right on that, right on the size limit. You got to go way offshore to get, big boy shit.
Well,
So
yeah, if it's only 8 feet deep, for sure, right?
yeah,
Gotta
well,
go
and,
deeper than
yeah, in the Gulf side, it's you got to go like 20 something miles when down there to be able to. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was
Which is funny about the Gulf, right? Because the Gulf is deep as shit once you get out a little ways. But
sure, yeah.
But down there, it must be. I guess it's just a shelf.
Because that area curves down. It's shelf. But yeah, and on the other side of that, the Atlantic here, it takes you 25, 30 miles out before you get into any depth.
Is that right?
Here where we are, if I go straight out,
Yeah.
right? So because the Cape kind of like juts out like that. Down the Keys, it's like 10 miles, and you're in deep ass water.
You're in with too deep water.
You're in that you're hitting the Gulf Stream.
Yeah.
That stream that comes up. So, but
So I've got a gripe of something I bought a while back. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Oh, I think you guys aren't gonna be able to see it. So I put in a ring.
Oh yeah.
And it's like one of the first smart thingies that I ever put on my house. And if you go to the video doorbells and look at them, the selection of models of Ring doorbells is so stupid. There's like 9.
Yeah.
And you can all buy them right now. There's Video Doorbell Pro, Video Doorbell 3.
Aren't those the ones that won't let you record shit locally?
So, yes. And the weird thing, though, is... So I'm going to come back to us. The weird thing about them is as I started looking at them, the newest model is the wired. And it's like half the price of all the other ones. And... which is weird. I was like, okay, sure. Because it looked nice, and it was black, too, and it wasn't that normal... like cheap silvery thing that most of the other rings are, which I don't like. This one is smaller, tighter, and it like the one thing it didn't do is you have to bypass your doorbell inside. So you have to bridge the transformer there and then put in your own wireless doorbell in your house somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the things that this other thing is, but it's at the same time again it's like it costs like half what the other models do, and the only thing that's a catch is you got to get this other doorbell, the external doorbell thing. So
oh yeah, video doorbell wire does not sound your existing doorbell chime.
Yeah.
To hear audio alerts in your home, pair with a Ring chime compatible Alexa device or select the video door. What?
Yeah.
What? Why? It's a fucking contact.
Yeah, I think the idea is, and I don't know, but my suspicion is, sorry, my Mac was falling asleep. I think what it is because you have to bridge the transformer that's nearby your doorbell itself, and I assume what that does is double the voltage that's available to it. I think that's what it does.
Yeah, but that's
And because it's doing that, I think that's why it no longer has that interrupted thing that the doorbell normally works on, right? Because it's always connected. I think that's what happens. So that didn't bother me too much. It's no big deal.
Sure.
But I went through and looked at all the features, and it said it did all this shit. So when I installed it and I got it set up, and it was pretty easy. What I did is I got my my miter saw out and cut some wedges so that I could get it tilted the way I liked it, because the way my door frame is, or where my doorbell is, where I was going to be mounting it, it would have been facing like right at one of those stone columns instead of down my sidewalk, right? So I shimmed it out. It ended up looking pretty good. But once I got it set up there and got the app configured and stuff and set up the motion zones and all that shit, it was pretty cool. One thing that was really stupid was after 2 weeks or something, it popped up and said, "Hey, your trial membership of Ring Pro is about to expire." I'm like, okay, because it said what it did was it lets you share videos. I was like, I don't care about sharing videos. It's fine.
Right.
I don't need it, right. So I let it lapse, and then come to find out what it doesn't do is it's not that it doesn't let you share videos, although that's true too. But what it also doesn't do is it doesn't do the minute by minute snapshot. It no longer does that. And if somebody comes up to your doorbell and it sets off the motion alarm thingy, whatever, right? And you open up the app, the video is gone. There's no video. All you can do is just turn it on the live feed. So you have to pay this monthly thing, or half the point of the thing is lost, right? If I'm not at my house and somebody trips the motion thing or whatever, right? If I don't happen to open the app fast enough to catch them literally still at my door, done.
Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, pay me. Now, again, okay, it's only like $30 a year for the service.
Yeah.
And B, the thing that I bought is half as expensive as the other one. So, it's not that bad. It's just kind of...
Principle is still retarded.
It is still retarded. I do not understand how they can say that it does the things that it says it can do.
There's always fine print, my man.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised because it was, I won't say a lie, but it was very unclear that it didn't do the minute snapshots, and it
wasn't transparent.
It was not transparent.
Well, and in small print, they say without Ring Protect, you'll still receive real-time notifications if anyone comes to your door. They should have put an asterisk saying, no video.
Yeah. And how difficult would it be to put, a little SD card or whatever, embed that shit in there, and then just have it store the last day's worth of alerts or something, right?
Right. Well, and it's just, it's all about just getting that recurring, yearly fee,
Exactly so. So Festy just said, did you tell them to not give your internet connection away? Excellent point. That was the other thing I was going to bring up. So I think it was Discord that alerted me to that first. So in case anybody doesn't know, apparently Amazon's rolling out a service transparent to the end user and auto opt-in to the end user that sets up a mesh network of your internet connection with random people driving by. So I don't have a problem with this in theory, but the fact that it is silently installed and auto opt-in sharing your home network, fuck that. Are you freaking kidding me, Amazon, you bastards?
Yeah, I don't want to fucking give internet to the motherfuckers stinking out the block smoking weed outside.
I'm telling you,
fuck them.
They're doing what I said they were going to do a while back. They're going to turn the world into a mesh network.
Yep.
Think about it. If you got an Alexa device in your house and your doorbell and this and that, now you're extending the range of that further and further out. At a certain point, you can have an Amazon phone that you can carry with you anywhere and not pay cell phone charges. Why? Because anywhere Wi-Fi. That there is Wi-Fi, you'll be able to talk.
Well, no, the service is paid for through your Prime.
Right.
Well, yeah, but yeah, you definitely will have to have Prime to be able to use it. You'll probably have to have Amazon phone
Yeah.
and Amazon,
Prime.
Dude, be
you
like
know,
me, be a
phone
caveman.
Prime.
Don't have any
Yeah.
of this tech shit.
Phone Optimus Prime.
So one thing I will say, thank God, the Ring doorbells. This isn't going on the Ring doorbells. That whole Sherry thingy, whatever, is for Alexa things, and
Mhm.
for something else. It was something like the Ring floodlights or remote cameras or something. It was not for the doorbells specifically.
What is
I
that
don't
gonna
know
do?
why.
Track how many times you walk past in your underwear?
Yeah, 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 and totally not stored on their side. Totally. Mm-hmm.
I'm still amazed at the amount of people that put cameras inside. So
Yep.
I don't even.
Yeah, outside of like putting one for the baby's crib, what? Why?
Well, even look,
that.
dude. When I got our because we have the baby monitors, I got one that runs on its own 2.4, and it's actually a lower megahertz, but does not run on Wi-Fi. It's got its own wireless setup, and you have to pair them
Yeah.
with the key number on the back to the base station to the camera, and yeah, because I don't, it's nothing.
So I Steve Matchett? What? Hello, Steve Matchett. Yeah, Amazon suggests new underwear. So he just said, Alexa suggests you buy new drawers because y'all's are stained.
You got pudding stains.
Yeah.
Chocolate pudding.
Boy. So no, that's so according to Rick, according to the article that I saw anyway, the Ring doorbells specifically were not in the list of devices that this is going to roll out to. But you can bet your sweet dollar I'll be looking at that app and disabling the crap out of that as soon as I see it, if it ends up coming to the doorbells. For sure. For sure. Yeah, no, it's so what Matthew was talking about a minute ago about your local cameras. So he did one of the methods that I think that I would be okay with because it's all local. It's the ones that have like a web interface where you can access the cameras from elsewhere, regardless of security, regardless of any of that crap. If you've got a microphone and a camera inside your house, it's child's play to get into that stuff. Apparently, from what I understand, it's just vulnerabilities upon vulnerabilities.
Yeah, because I know I set up a couple cameras for my sister when she only set them up when she went out of town.
Mm.
She put them in her apartment so she could check in or whatever.
That makes sense. Because I guess it's not, you don't need much privacy if you're literally not at home. The only thing you need is just,
exactly. That's the only time she'd put them up is before she went out of town.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know.
The only time I put internal ones was when I wanted to see what my dogs were doing when we were gone.
Right.
Just to see how they would react.
Plus, you're also just gonna go be like, "Oh, puppy."
Mine were just cameras, not two-way communicator devices.
Hey,
Stop
licking your butthole on camera.
Ammo, quit licking your cornhole.
Don't make me come down there.
Don't make me come down there.
The dog.
Yeah. Yeah, no. None of that sharing shit.
Mm-mm. No, it creeps me out, and I actually hate the fact that the Ring is on my router that I use for all my devices, my computers and stuff. Like, I would much rather that just be at my base station. It's just, but the signal's too bad for the other end of the house.
I'm happy. I didn't need a mesh for this apartment. I just one router I'm getting by on. I have good signal from my balcony, so and the router's right here, and the balcony's all the way over there. So happy
So
about
that actually is match it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who would ever imposter him?
I know that's true. Poor guy.
Oh, poor guy. I mean, he's just not a person I would think of, impostoring and going into our chat of all places.
Right.
I want to be machete.
It's good to see a Ratchet. Is he not on the Discord? I don't think he is he?
He is.
Hmm.
He's a good time.
These good times. Okay. So I was going to rant about that. I was going to rant about the ring. I was going to rant about something else. There's something else we were talking about a minute ago. What were you and I talking about just a minute ago? Oh, we're talking about boogers. We were talking about boogers, and you had improved your nose blowing.
Right. Oh, yeah. So as our viewers noticed, I had a mustache last week, and then I think it was on Saturday. I decided I'm over it. So I chopped it off, and I was telling Angsty, like, I blow my nose almost every morning, just about. Dude, not having a mustache, blowing your nose is like the greatest fucking thing in the world.
That's true.
I remember the last time Massey didn't have a mustache. Been a long time.
It's been a while.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that's long enough. It's like,
Yeah.
once you get that upper lip back, you blow your nose, and
Yeah, and I try to keep
a
it
clean wipe. You're just like,
I try to keep it, not too crazy up in there. But I don't know I don't think it was the mask wearing, but I started getting like fucking mad pimples inside of my nose, and those fucking things hurt so bad.
You know what I was getting?
I think what was happening was I was getting more just like nasal drip, and I had the bad habit of, as I'm blowing my nose, taking the paper towel and just cleaning the inside of my nose.
Yeah.
And that is like
that you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Because you're just irritating your shit.
Yeah. Well, and also the more hairs that you have in your nose, the more problematic it is.
I got heat rash up here from wearing a mask.
Really? Huh.
From just exhaling. Like,
yeah.
That was more so when I was working the election, just because I was, I had to wear a mask fucking everywhere. So I was doing that, anything and everything with a mask on. So heavy breathing, heavy work, whatever. It was just between that and then like your ears hurting after long enough. Like, it was rough.
Dude, that's the worst part. That's why I went to the Gators. I only wear the Gators because I hate the pushing on the ear for even.
I couldn't wear a Gator in that building because,
even like a half an hour. That pisses me off. Like that.
No, this was after like weeks of doing it. It like got to me. So what I started doing was I would take a gaff tape and I would roll a little bit up and just put it there, and it was perfect.
Okay. I know they started making the little clips like for the back of your head. So you take the back of the mask straps and
I had a fat roll of gaff tape on my desk, so I was just like, every morning the first one I'd get, because I would use a few masks in a day. So the first thing I would do, I would stretch it, get it just right, roll it. It was just like fucking routine every morning while I'm having my coffee.
Did that not the gaffer's tape bother the back of your ear either?
No, it was soft.
Oh, okay.
So the thing was, I'm assuming my ears aren't equidistant, because it was my left ear that was hurting more from the mask than my right. So it was more so the left side that needed some help more than the right. And then so what I was doing at night when I went home was I would just smear a tiny little bit of Vaseline on my ears.
Okay.
So that also helped.
It's good. So you talk about the nose thing. So one of the things a while back, I don't know what it was, because this is a few years ago. I had a similar sort of, glut of nose hair or nose inside the nose pimples, right? What Masty was talking about. And the thing that I got out of that was I realized how weird the skin is on your nose. Like it's almost like a sponge. Like it's not like skin.
It's also very tender.
It's very tender, and it's
because it's not exposed to the elements really.
Yeah, your nose is weird. It is a weird thing. The skin's just strange on it. But yeah, it totally like just makes your whole face ache. It hurts so badly when you get a good infected one in there.
Yeah.
So I had a nose hair that was like, one morning I was blowing my nose, and this time I was in front of my bathroom mirror doing it. blew my nose, and I looked, and I just saw a note, like a hair just hanging out.
Sure. Which happens.
I call them out of towners. Massey knows exactly what I'm talking about. The ones that are like fucking on the other side of town, you blow your nose and they fucking end up. So I go, I just grabbed it. I just like,
hey.
And I just, I feel my temporal lobe going like this.
Right. Waggling in the breeze.
So I'm like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Fucking just like yanked it out. I was like, oh, I'm a man.
Like, immediate tears welling up in your eyes.
No tears. No tears.
No. I've had a couple of those where like your whole body just goes, oh no.
So, and here's this hair was like fucking thick, wiry, like it was kind of. But here's the part that shocked me the most: the color of it.
The color of it.
So
It wasn't black.
Like the latter half of it was white,
Mm-hmm.
and the other half of it was like a mix of like gray and black. I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
That's pretty weird. Mine are like just all jet black.
For the most part, mine are. I have those few. Like I said, this was an out of towner.
Yeah.
Came from way the fuck up here.
Mm-hmm. Where did the thing go? Did we talk about this thing? Oh, I don't know if I talked about this thing.
What is that?
That's something I ordered off of the Amazon. So it got the thing, and they got a little box, a little thing. It's this thing. It's like a medieval little torture device. It's got the little cutters.
I don't believe in nose hair trimming.
Oh,
I don't.
So this thing's. So I just got it not too long ago. It's weird, but I don't know about you, but like forward in the front part of your nose underneath the little thing, that's where a lot of the nose hairs live for me, like right up in here. So I jammed this thing in there and gave it a few squeezels.
Just yes on my nose. They're everywhere.
So after I did, went left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, or whatever, and got them out of there, it worked. First of all, I will say that it did reduce the amount that you could see externally.
sure.
But the weird thing is, after a day or two, every time I touch your nose, to do whatever, I have a little scratch, whatever. The nose hairs end up like little blades.
Yep.
They're really sharp, and so it would like just touching your nose like that is like you're getting stabbed by something because there's those cut hairs in there, right?
Yeah.
But as it did work anyway. So this was like an experiment of mine, and I would say it's successful, but it has downsides.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's like
Trimming your nose hairs does have its downsides.
yeah. I would say, man, I'd rather have the soft, long hairs than just
Because picking your nose becomes less fun if you trim your nose hairs. You know why you get those jagged ass fucking hairs? Like literally, you feel them jabbing your fucking fingertip.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. Nah.
Nah.
You want to be able to get and dig around, not
Yeah, I'm a natural born explorer. You know what I mean?
angsty image and oh wait, did it paste?
I fight for
Midget.
rock and stone.
Oh, fuck, it's not. Copy image link in chat
Okay.
to post since that's coming up.
Me and Masty, we're ore diggers.
Mm-hmm.
Been in the game a long time.
Copy. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that for everybody.
Remember like the first long drive I was on with my sister, like since I had like worked on the road and shit.
Yeah.
And I was just plain as day, just picking my nose while I was driving in front of her. She's like, stop picking your nose. I'm like, bro.
Master,
Let
you
me
want
do
me
my
to show
thing.
this?
Yeah.
All right, here it goes. Great test.
No, you do not burn it out with a Bic lighter. No.
Oh God.
There's no.
That's a pretty
No,
solid
you-
cake. That's
I
so,
love it.
the outside decoration on that Massey is some sloppy shit, dude. That's like
Yeah, it is. It's like they just
It's passable. You know, when
Yeah.
you have it next to other cakes, it's got like that cheerleader effect going for it.
yeah. The other ones have like baseballs in them and all nice fancy writing.
Yo, we got my older brother it was his birthday like a few weeks ago. we got him a baseball cake. Or like
Nice.
half baseball. Awesome.
So I gotta say, and I don't know if Angsty, if you saw this, but the video, I think Rihan's the one that posted it. I'm sure if it was you Fu or Rihan, but the video of the slow motion pitching with the curveball.
Oh, that was a knuckleball. That
The
I
knuckleball?
posted that shit. That shit was dope.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Was
The
it like
first-
wandering around like?
No, well, the first. What's crazy is the first video. You know, it's a bunch of clips, and it's done on it's a specialized camera that
It's a high frame rate.
high frame rate, but it's a low light. You know, so he lets go of the ball, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the ball does not move, spin or do it. Literally, he lets go of it, and here comes the ball, and the ball's just going.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
still.
so
Moving up and down. It's not interacting with the air. Nothing. That ball is just going straight.
that's what a knuckleball does.
Right.
So if you ever watch like a soccer game, it's the same principle. If you
Yeah.
ever see like a good soccer player take a good shot,
Yeah.
they belt it, but there is no spin on it whatsoever.
Right.
It is just going, and then out of nowhere, the ball just drops off
Dude,
the table.
and that is what it does on the first shot. It is so
Yeah.
bad the catcher completely misses it.
Yeah, it's
That
tough
is
on the catchers, right? Because
far-
that shit can
That's
go
the thing.
anywhere.
The less, so the knuckleball is the extreme example of less spin equals harder drop.
Yeah.
Whereas, a good knuckleball has a quarter of a rotation.
I'm gonna pull it up right now and just share it so
Yeah,
these guys can see what
it
I'm
was a
talking
dope
about.
video. I watched it a lot, like looping.
I was looking for it, but I don't see it yet.
Yeah, it's I got it.
The knuckleball is one of the
All right, I got it here. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, go.
great unique
All right.
pitches in baseball.
I will share my screen. Let me get it queued up here. Pause it and start it back up. Go big screen. All right, ready for me to share?
Yeah.
All right. Shit, where's my fucking? There it is. Screen share, screen 2. All right, here we go. That is
Oh,
so
that's cool as
fucking
hell.
trippy. Watch this. Whoop.
Oh, right in the nuts. Oh, I thought he was going to catch it in the cup.
That's unbelievable how it just goes like that. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, Masty, the way like they grip it, you dig your nails into the ball.
Yeah.
I have a ball handy.
yeah. But look how perfect it goes, and then it just goes all wobbly. Dude, that's freaking nuts. Here's another one. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a good one. Holy
trippy,
crap.
dude. That is just trippy.
That might have had an eighth of a turn on it. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Look at this. Look at
I
this.
usually have a baseball handy like Cisco and DS9.
I mean, it's not moving at all. It's just
Yeah, basically you dig your nails into it and like you're almost like pushing the ball.
it's just unbelievable when he just releases that
Like-
that ball is just
I could
mean,
never
it's
throw a good one.
permission. But that first one is like boop.
Yeah, I think that one had like half or 3/4 of a rotation.
It's just like, yeah.
That was the one I thought was going to catch it in the cup.
The one he lets go here is amazing right there too.
Yeah.
It's fake. It looks fake.
It does look fake.
He releases and it just what the fuck? Like it doesn't even I mean
It
seriously.
does look a little CGI. The
It
way
does.
it just stops spinning the second he lets go of it.
I mean, look at that.
But yeah, if you watch a soccer game, it's the same way when they shoot it. Like a good shot has no spin on it, and it's just
It's
you think it's
unbelievable.
off, and it just goes. Zoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. Anyways, yeah. See that one at least has some, takes off. The other one he lets go and it's just directly straight. So
But it's like I've always understood conceptually like what they do, but I would never be able to do that. Like it doesn't my body doesn't know how to do that.
yeah,
Like because when I throw, I've got a wrist snap when I throw, and
Mhm.
it's crazy.
see, I throw and I pull the blinds down.
Yeah, yeah,
Pull the blinds down as I let the ball go. But Yeah, that's
Aha.
pretty crazy.
Hey, there it is. I couldn't believe I pulled one out before you did. I don't even play
I usually have one. It was buried deeper in the drawer than I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how to grip a knuckleball, but it's like basically you want a little bit of nail to dig into the ball.
Yeah.
My nails are a little long right now to properly grip a knuckleball, but
And that's what it looked like the guy. It looked like the guy had it by 3.
yeah, some guys, like I know Tim Wakefield. I recall one of those guys would have like a third finger like that.
Spin rate roughly 0 RPM.
Amazing.
Pretty much.
So
And you kind of just
so this one guy said, I caught bullpen for Mickey back in Nevada about 8 years ago. He said, I might have caught half and one hit me square in the basket.
there's a great GIF actually.
Somebody else said MLB Outlaws sunscreen, and suddenly this guy's RPMs are down to 0.
Man, that's really becoming a thing too.
With the
sticky substances thing.
With the substance bans, every pitch thrown will now be like this. People are saying that's crazy. Yeah, that whole sticky substance shit, man. Oh my goodness, it's like free for all.
Yeah, I think where food I came down on it. Like, I think it just needs to be defined and let everybody do whatever, but as long as it's known, right? As long as that's a.
This guy said, a hitter cannot hit what a catcher cannot catch. An ancient pitching proverb, not applicable to Vladimir Guerrero.
Oh, right. He's the one that hit it off the bounce, the cricket. Javier Baez on the Cubs also did that. Here is.
It says the one other person said, good
dirty.
grief.
Dude, like look at the catcher there. Look at the catcher. Look at his eye.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh,
That's crazy right there.
Yeah, I mean I think that thing changed direction 3 times. It came out, in, and back out. Jeez.
Someone on here said, I think Charlie Hughes is the one who said of the knuckleball, quote, you need to have the fingertips of a safe cracker and the mind of a Zen Buddhist.
Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It is. I'm always amazed by people that can do stuff that I couldn't even attempt to do.
There's actually a movie about the knuckleball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched it. It was on Showtime. R.A. Dickey, who most famously won a Cy Young for the Mets as a knuckleballer in the year 2012. What put him ahead of other knuckleballers? He was more naturally a hard thrower. His knuckleball will get up to like 70, 73.
The way to catch a knuckleball is to wait until it stops rolling and then pick it up.
Specifically, there were specific catchers like who are better equipped to catch knuckleballers than others. Like, you have to make sure that guy's available on said day. If like your everyday guy, more, you'll have that conundrum on some lineups where a catcher's bat is more valuable in lineup than his defense, and the dude ends up having 5 or 6 pass balls on him in an afternoon.
Yeah, and understandably so too. You watch the track of some of those balls. It's like, whoa, what?
Well, that's what I'd like to see is tracking on those, because man, that's got to be and rate of spin and speed too, because
also like now social media is awesome in that regard that there are like, I sent Chuff this video on Instagram. I think I posted it in the Discord of that catcher wearing a helmet cam catching 95. And dude, this guy's throwing a fastball with movement. I believe he's throwing a 2-seamer, and it's just the ball is just like it's just a one big whiz. You don't actually see the ball.
Yeah.
So you just see him just like pop, you know, that nice fucking leather, like,
Yeah.
oh, when it hits the sweet spot, it's like, it's a very nice sound.
Yes.
People who play catch, you know what I'm talking about. But on a catcher's mitt that's like extra thick, and you just see it just whizzing. Fucking, like, go watch those videos on YouTube. It's insane. And you have to think, as a hitter,
Yeah, hit it too. Yeah.
you have to time that shit. You have to swing at that shit. Like, yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. It is a game that I never practiced, and I do think it requires.
Like, in high school,
Yeah.
at 92, 93 thrown at me, bro, I'm not swinging at that shit. Are you kidding me?
What are you crazy?
I'm just like,
Yep.
I'm giving you I'm taking this batting stance.
Right. You like lean way into it and just grit your teeth.
You know, hope he can't find the zone.
Right.
Get on base.
Hope you clip your elbow. Yeah.
No.
That's what I mean. You gotta lean into it a little bit.
No,
Yeah.
dude. Got hit right here. Broke a bone.
Oof.
Yeah, 93. Fucking sucked.
Well, so you tell me. So you've been watching baseball a lot tighter than I have in the last few years, of course. I don't know if it's just because I've been seeing a lot of gathered clips or not, but it seems like we've had a lot of struck batters recently. Is it just the montages I've been seeing, or is it legit?
I think there have been more bad instances of people getting hit. I think people getting hit is part of the game. I think we've had more people getting hit in the head. Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. I
Um,
I remember as a kid, laughing at the helmets and stuff, and then people started wearing the ear sides, and then they started wearing armor on their elbows and stuff, their leading elbows, and I was like, all right, bunch of pansies. But you get in front of one of those pitchers that are really throwing 90 plus, it's like, okay, I get it. I'd probably be wearing that.
Yeah. I feel like to an extent, I thought the shit that Barry Bonds was wearing was a bit excessive. He was wearing armor at that point. But yeah, I mean, pitchers for everyone's throwing fucking harder than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, people are going to get hit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the dude on the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
We saw he got hit in his big fucking nose. He was playing a week later.
Was he really?
He went into the box with no mask on. He's a fucking hockey player, that guy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
With his fucking, he's still like black-eyed, and he still has like the little like bandages on his nose, but he's in the box. He didn't put on the mask until he was on, but he got on base actually. He got a base hit. Then he put on his fucking Phantom of the Opera / Bill Lambier mask.
Oh crap! No, that
Actually, he hit a double today, 2 RBI double.
Was it Kareem that wore the mask?
He had the goggles.
Oh, was it the goggles? Okay, who was it? There was somebody in the NBA that used to wear that fucking mask all the time.
It was Bill Lambier.
Lambier, that's who it was.
Yeah, I was saying the Lambier mask.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Okay.
Yep. And then the face mask came back in the early 2000s with Richard Jefferson. At that point, he made him look like a serial killer because of the way it obscured his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Richard Hamilton on the Detroit Pistons?
Okay.
So that mask is never not funny because that's what the players wear now if they're playing with a facial fracture.
Which makes sense, right? If you're playing with an actual injury, like, okay, fine.
Yeah, dude. That shit is real in basketball, man. Yeah. Elbows and...
Yeah. I wouldn't want to get hit again if you already got a busted nose or whatever, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Or you get some of your orbital whatever knocked around.
Fuck
that.
Right.
Yeah. Not that.
What happened in the fucking Mets game tonight?
It's
the Cubs, dude, stealing second. The throw to second, hit the runner square in the ear as he was sliding into second base. Like, I just saw that the ball hit him, and then he rolled over on his back and I was like, oh my God, what happened? They show the replay, which is like, bong, like you know, like the outline of the cutout of the helmet's like right here. It hit him
Yeah.
perfectly.
Oh,
Falling in his
jeez.
left ear. Between that, like it was just a weird game tonight because then like a batter for the Mets was up. We got hit with a changeup like in the knee.
Mhm.
And like the weird thing was he didn't even react to it. He didn't flinch. It just came and just fucking bopped him right in the leg, and you heard it. Yeah, you heard it like on the broadcast, and you were just like, God damn, what? Move out of the fucking way of that.
At least try, right?
I mean, it worked out. He scored
Right.
on a double on the ensuing at bat by Mr. Broken Nose, but
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
I was surprised he could even walk. You take a good one to the wrong spot in the knee, you're gonna be hurt.
he's lucky it was a changeup. I was like,
Yeah. For sure.
anyway.
Anyway.
I can go on for hours about baseball. You know,
Enough
me.
sports ball stuff. Sorry I brought it into that. All right. Everybody, thank you very much for coming out and talking some shit, talking some shop, talking some whatevers. Have a good week. We enjoy having you around here. Glad you stopped by Match It. Thanks as always, Addy, for posting all your awesome links. Do go check out that stuff. The vaping community is pretty awesome if you need some help. Need some support getting off those stanky old cigarettes. All right, you guys have a great week. We'll catch you next week. Deuces.
Hey-yo.
Peace.